Alright, hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. I know I promised I wouldn't really do grind content, but after getting exhausted fighting Melania for almost 3 hours last time, I figure I should probably use a break. And since healing in Final Fantasy XIV is a lot easier now, since basically all the tanks have gotten a lot of self-sustain lately, and I haven't leveled it much, but Warrior apparently supposedly heals more than an actual healer now. Pretty nuts, but I can't confirm it, but other than the FF logs, so just going to be leveling up Sage with some random duty finder queuing tonight. And yeah, don't mind Zero the Third in the corner, he's just there to be a chat block for anyone joining me for the first time tonight. So please join me as I learn how to Sage. Alright, it's a warrior, so in theory, we should be in good shape. I'll definitely say, I've actually liked the Endwalker jobs quite a bit so far. But granted, for Sage it also helps it has a few more attacks than most other healers do, so it feels a little better. The Magus Sisters. I will be honest and say I don't usually play healer too much. Wait, is streamer mode active? It should be. Looks like it is. Okay, yeah. I think I mentioned a while ago, but I've had some issues with Discord not registering me streaming, which is a little annoying. I'm not going to lie there. There we are. I feel Sage actually has a decent amount of emergency heals whenever things go south. Alright, the tank buster is in good shape, I'd say. As you can see, I've been using my no-click combo for healing as well, so that's feeling good. And I really do like Flegma 2 here. It's strong enough that it's worth using. Well, I should probably use a macro for, or mouse over macro for healing party members. Alright, fires the AoE. Oh, shit. Well, I've got a few tricks in case I take a few damage I'm not expecting. Good amount of healing over time, so we should theoretically be safe. Oh, come on, how that? I must have gotten clipped. Don't need that. Alright, that's for casters. The red mage can have those. Oops. I really need to unhotkey that. It's right next to the G button, where I use my Icarus to teleport to my target. Well, I can worry about that off-stream. For now, I just need to focus on healing. Oops. Gather aggro, get to the tank immediately. Dang. Dang, that got a little spicy there. do this a bit, try and help. Oops, I should have waited for that to finish. This might be a little tricky. Ah. That went south really quickly. Well, unfortunately, mistakes happen. The tank said they're not too bothered. And the tank insists it's their fault, but I think I could have managed my cooldowns a bit better there as well, so I'll have to pay attention better next time. Oh my. Excellent. I have to say, the Red Mage was absolutely on top of things. They revived the tank faster than I did. Alright, the real one is the one who's not doing an emote, so this one. Who is she? Outwardly appears to be Senduruba. I don't want to use the basic heal too much, but... Alright, let's put everyone with mitigation on everyone, because, yeah, that. Choker of healing, good, that's what I need. Dang, the Red Mage is getting all the gear they need tonight. Wish I was this lucky when I raised my Red Mage, but whatever. I'm still getting some healing gear, and that's good. I especially need the accessories since mine are a little behind. Yeah, I found out that apparently the cone AoE for Warrior actually got changed to a circle, which seems like a little weird of a choice. I mean, it's not like they had trouble or anything. Just the tank. Let me just upgrade the choker real quick. Yeah, my gear is really outdated. Wrist shirt is only outdated for the accessories, though, which are the least impactful. My actual gear is all, well, the best stuff I could get for it. Just clicked there, but I guess it's not a bad time to use that skill. Aiming, don't need pistol, that's for machinist. Not know if you've seen weapons before the final one. Asian diagnosis. Now we face all three sisters at once. Reflect. Okay, they're doing the Delta Ray attack. Get everyone's shields up. need to keep myself alive, or else I can't save everyone. Get out of here, get out of here. Yeah, with the yellow one gone, others can't revive, and they have much less HP, so we've won. They also can't use their triple tech, obviously, so we have officially won. I still think this is one of my favorite dungeons in all of Endwalker. It genuinely feels like you're facing 3 different characters rather than just 3 halves of three pieces of a single boss, I mean, even though that's technically what's actually happening. Array of monstrum. Wait, that's oh, that's not a weapon? That's a sage's arm. Is it in my inventory and not? No, it should be there. Don't need that. Or that. Might as well get the wind-up Mega Sisters. Oh, dang! As we can see, I clearly need more work on my healing. Essentially 3 minions for 1, so it represents great value. Let's see here. Here we are. Oh, that's Nosferatu. Though understood to refer to vampires, the word Nosferatu has an uncertain origin, as the same may be said of this bat-like creature. However, from the fact it appears to be wearing a dinner suit and won't drink your blood without permission, it is clearly a gentlemanly sort. Aren't bats just the cutest little plague bearers you ever did see? Wind-up Mega Sisters. The Mega Sisters are the revered deities in Thavnair. Their images are popularly peddled in Razat Han as talismans. Able to move about freely and perform impressive acrobatics, this set of 3 divinities counts among the more premium offerings. Alright, teamwork. Here, Tower of Zotin. Tally-ho. Oh, I see. They're not actually. It's not actually stronger than my current. That's why it's not recommending it to me. Oh. I forgot to apply Cardia. That explains why I was having so much issues in the last boss fight. Well, it might help to, you know, actually apply my main healing gimmick to the target, wouldn't it? See, if I remember right, Gunbreakers aren't quite as good at healing the party as the Warrior is, but they do have a lot of goods. They should have some decent self-sustain, although I'm not 100%. I've only really raised Gunbreaker and Dark Knight, so I'm not entirely 100% sure on the self-sustain of the others. Though it's Paladin and Warrior, so I imagine they'll be at least decent at it. And Soon is usually a bit specialized, so I don't need it in most cases, but... Yeah, this is 490 potency, my basic attack is 320. It goes without saying that I'm better off. Yeah, I'm better off using my, oh crap. Oops, I messed up badly there. Yeah. But even against single target, Phlegma 2 here is better than Diosis, which at least changes things up a bit from the usual healing situation, or at least from when I play, because as you've seen here, I play Sage and Astro the most. But Astro is definitely a bit more focused towards support, but with the whole card gimmick they have, while Sage has a bit more attacks. My understanding is their DPS is overall the same, which is not inherently a bad thing, but... After I finish the stream, I'll probably look over the footage a little and see if anything could be refined in my technique. Because I've no doubt I could definitely do better here. Oops. No need slaying or fending. I'm sure the healer will appreciate, the tank will appreciate those. That was a nice LB. I always appreciate damage dealers who make good use of it. In dungeons, usually an AoE like a ranged physical or a mage is usually better than a single target, since all you're really doing is shaving off healing, yes please, scouting, no thanks. At least the nice thing about being a healer is I'm by definition also ranged. Although there is some speculation a melee healer wouldn't be out of the question. In fact, I recall the devs mentioned they did consider making Red Mage a healer at one point. Although I guess the nature of Red Mage means it could be, and they could have made it anything. Lucky for me and the party, the shields go out before the animation finishes playing, or at least they have for Sage from what I've seen, so I don't have to worry about the boss interrupting my casting. Alright, once again, who's not doing any emotes? So yeah, stop. Whoever's first. Okay, good, they're protected. Alright, I protected everyone I could, including myself, so... Actually, I might have gone out a bit too early for the last person on the list. There we are. Casting, nope. Aiming, no, but the bard will appreciate that. get the heal here going. It's a pretty big pull. The tank. Codex, wrong shield healer, but I appreciate the game's effort. Alright, there we go. With the 4-layer shield active, they should be safe. There we go. Excellent. Do 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 do. Samsara. Oh crap, the strongest expels the magic from SMT. Voice the full wrath of the Magus. 3 stand as one. Well, if I can hit 2 targets, that should be quite good. Alright, here we go. Actually, what do I can do this? Delta attack, here we go. We got it, Syndruba's down. Yeah, if anyone doesn't play this game wonders what's going why we went after the yellow one first is because if the other two die, the yellow one revives them. The yellow can revive anyone except for herself. There we are. There we are. Oh. Oh. I didn't have time to see what all that was before everyone left. Oh well. Might as well repair real quick before I go back in. Alright, now what did I get again? I noticed I got Toxicon 2, which is good. It is now... Oh, it's now equal to Diosis. Interesting. Diosis 3 and Phlegma 3. Oh, 510. Okay, so that's basically just a potency upgrade for everything, it looks like. Offensive Magic Mastery. Yep. Oh no, that's Mastery 2. Yeah, upgrades everything to its Tier 3 except for Toxicon, which just goes from 1 to 2. Enhance healing, increases the healing potency. This basically turns it from Cure 1 to Cure 2, which is kind of an essential, and I'm kind of surprised it takes us as long to get it. Oh well, 85 is better. Enhance Zoe. Reduces Zoe to 90 seconds, which is good because 120 is a little much, as I've noticed. It's a little while before I get Crisis, but that's fine. Right. We are? Dear. I can clean out my stuff later, but... I probably don't need that anymore even, but... Choke me. Shadowless Necklace of Healing. Lakeland Necklace of Healing, yeah. I guess I need that one, but I don't need the, saving... Choker for something else. Bravo keeps... I can fill these out later. I can worry about cleaning out my inventory later, I suppose. For now, let us do more Tower of Zot. Luckily, healers have pretty quick queue times. The lady. Zero. Absorbed, a stack is consumed, a new barrier is applied. Basically, this is just the AoE version of Haima. Yeah, it is, Panhaima. What? I wonder why I wasn't using this. I'm clearly the right level to use it. Oh, I forgot Taru Chol also restores my MP. I'll need to remember to do that more. Although I don't usually run out of MP very often. So yeah, I just need to remember I have Panhaima as well as another emergency. 4 stacks on people. Yeah, Haima itself is stronger, but Panhaima is the party-wide, so of course it gets some nice stuff. We are Tower of Zot. Guess I was just waiting for a tank that was leveling up. kind of like my healing outfit, but I was trying to go for a kind of traveling healer sort of look, but I'm not sure how well it came out. Warrior, this should be a lot easier then. If you're wondering why I click for Cardia, it's because I typically only need to do that once per dungeon. Ah, back here. Foxconn 2. Oh wow, that's a really neat animation. Oh dang, even the animation for the basic AoE looks a lot nicer. That's how the single target looks. Just stronger beams. Gear wear is reduced, not a bad upgrade for a tank, that's for sure. Might as well just single target this guy down. Here we go, first Mega Sister. transmute fire, which means the AoE there. There we are. Aiming, that's good for the dancer at least. We don't have a ninja, but I'm sure they'll appreciate, or someone will have that. Asian diagnosis. Dang, we're absolutely melting these guys. I shouldn't be panicking too much. Aside from the fact warriors have pretty good self-sustain, he doesn't need to be a 100% HP health in order to function. He can survive at half HP as long as... basically, as long as he's not at 0 HP, he'll be fine. Ooh, Ring of Healing. Don't mind if I do. Thought I can't use it? One of our DPS has a pet emergency. Well, it happens. I think he might have been okay, but I didn't see if he used Home Gang or whatever the skill that makes it so you can't die for 10 seconds is for warrior. I think it's Home Gang. Oops. Here we are. main benefit of using it over Diosis seems to be that it's just instant cast. This one's not doing anything. Give a bit of MP back. This one's not moving. Here we go. Dots took care of her. Reaper will appreciate that. Dancer will appreciate that. Odd, why can't I activate this? Oh dang, he was really low and then got immediately healed back to full. I really need to not underestimate a warrior's self-heal. What the? What's going on? Did something go wrong? Where'd the sound go? Am I not getting picked up? That was weird. Something's up here. I can still be heard, right? Let me check my status here. Sound, here we are. Oh crap, the game sound got muted or something? Oh dang, I was too close there, darn it. Oops. I'm still streaming, aren't I? That's weird. Not sure if actually the warrior might be able to solo this. We'll find out if the warriors really can solo this. While I'm doing that, let me see. Oh crap, he's not gonna survive the tank buster. Ah, well, it's worth a try. Alright, we'll just go back right back in. Guess I was too close to that impact zone. I'll have to remember to, All these gauges, all meters reset upon death, which is, upon restarting, I mean. If I was revived, I'd have had, well, you saw earlier when the red mage revived me, I didn't have any of these meters, but when we had a full party wipe, my meter was mercifully refilled, which is good, because otherwise I'd just have to sit here and wait for the 3 stacks of Adder's Gall before I could start again. Not sure what to cut out the sound. I might have to restart the game. That's weird. The full Wrath of the Magus. Alright, mitigation for everyone. Yeah, Holos doesn't cost anything, so no reason not to be spamming it. My MP back at the very least. Well, I'm finding a use for Pepsis at the very least. Oh dear. Here we are. Dang, lots of caster gear. Alright, I'm gonna try and restart the game, see if that restores its, whoops. Restores it real quick, so give me just one moment, please, while I reboot everything. I have no idea where the sound went. And it's not just on my end, the stream directly states... Let me test something here. Alright, you might hear a slight echo. If so, don't be worried. Rebooting the game now. I genuinely have no idea what's causing that. Okay, yeah, I just need to reboot the game. We are. Alright, before I was so rudely interrupted by that strange cutting of the sound, I'm gonna go with Tower of Zod again, and this should level me back. This should level me up to 83, which of course means the next dungeon. Paladin, huh? I believe... let's see here. I think Paladins are technically the least popular of the tanks right now, but it's an elementary difference given the world first for the Savage Raids had a Paladin in it. Here we are. The Sage animations are surprisingly elaborate, given they're mostly about giving commands to the weapon. I think I can afford to single target this guy since he's a bit of a problem. Oopsie. Not a big deal. Oops, almost forgot that guy. Get some MP back here. Clear the poison while we're at it. So we got Thunder. Oh dear, is our Red Mage DCing? transmute fire, so the fire is going to come over there. There we are. There we are. Yep, I've got all recommended gear for a healer. Alright, there we are. Level 80. Oh, it's because I forgot to do the Sage quest. How could I forget something so obvious, damn it? Don't worry, I'll fix my mistake in just a moment. See, didn't mean to hit that one, but then again, it's not a bad one to be hitting at this point. Oh, went to the wrong way. Toxicon may be a bit too far out compared to my other keys. Generally, I have the 6 ones here a bit out of the way because it's not something you're going to be doing very often, but... Well, then again, I do kind of want easy access to Holos if I need it because it's kind of a real one of my better skills. It costs nothing and grants everyone healing and damage reduction. Well, damage mitigation more, rather. Well, it's the same thing as far as this particular game is concerned. Alright. We hear it's the need to defend, call to defend the tower. This one. You can also check which one has the dots if your party has them. So if you really can't tell, just follow the dots. Oh dang, she couldn't break the Paladin's shield. Oh dear. I can at least shield everyone to reduce the damage. Oh, I don't need to focus too hard on healing since she's about to die anyways. We got her. Excellent. We're officially now level 83, which means we can now officially do the next dungeon on our queue. Should probably be focusing on mitigation over, for lack of a better term, pure healing, since, well, I'm a sage. I'm a best at being a mitigation healer. Paladin's gonna appreciate those. Well, if he's using, yeah, hollowed ground means I need to absolutely focus on my damage. Oh, excellent. You persist in your desecration. Face the full wraith. What the? I turned off. What the? Okay, this is weird. I had Discord. I noticed Discord was off. Streamer mode was off, but it wasn't showing messages. So I turned it on, and now suddenly it's showing my messages? What the hell? I'll admit, Sage's animations are a lot nicer than I thought they would be when I first started. Cinderuva's almost gone. Might as well give everyone the heal over time. Heal over... yeah, they're giving us dots, so I'm going to give everyone heal pots. It was fun going through Tower of Zot without my level 80 skill, but I'm going to do the story now, don't worry. Alright, it's only an hour and a half in, but let's do the, Sage story. I actually think I did the first part on stream, but it was back with the EX Dungeons stream, if you want to check that out first. That's basically an introduction where someone has stolen the Charlian methods and is using that to bully people through some very frustrating methods. And while the Charlians aren't exactly the nicest people, they won't really approve of this, so I need to stop them. By any means necessary. I'm also massively overgeared for this. The Scavian stuff is... oh. Yeah, that's too outdated. I'm gonna try and lower my eye level a bit just because I think I'm way too over-leveled for this. What does this look like anyways? Not bad. Not often you see healing stuff that good. But I should probably, Monstrum, Vigilum's here for now. I don't want to crush this fight too much. Don't worry, I'll be changing these all back immediately. This is about as weak as I can make myself without making it too easy. It's still gonna be too easy, I can tell you that much. Sands of Despair. I think this is the Sage questline. Yes, it is. Sands of Despair. Lala Jinjal is eager to share tidings from the Charlian motherland. Wonderful timing, Kota. Remember that mystery plant I sent to Charlian for analysis? I've received the results not long ago. Actually, let me change the stream title real quick. There we are. I'll have to change the VOD to be that as well, just to be safe. It was musk malloy, an herb that possesses potent ether-fortifying properties. Owing to its effect, its cultivation was outlawed some years ago. Tis most certainly why the fugitives came to Eorzea. Unable to obtain the herb in Charlian, they decided to procure it from the Arbitorium. They likely intend to use it in conjunction with Soul Crystal to further enhance themselves. Though their motives are still a mystery, the fact remains they have already caused harm and will continue to do so until they're brought to justice. Now, as they failed to obtain musk malloy here, they will need to look elsewhere, and I'm pleased to say my informer has helped me identify an apothecary that deals in the herb, whom I suspect our quarry will seek out. This individual is a resident of the Lost Hope in Central Than, which is where we shall next take ourselves. Mark my words, they won't skip this time. I'll suffer them to misuse the noble's art no longer, much less with that soul crystal. If we're to catch fugitives, we'd best hurry. That said, we should take a moment to regroup back at Blackbrush Station before heading out to Last Hope. Here she is. Oh, good God, such a dry and dusty place this is. What I wouldn't give for a bath right now. Why, how long have you been there? I mean, 'tis well we're here. I've already replenished my supplies, so if we are ready, we may begin looking for the apothecary at once. A Hurrian woman whose facial tattoo should mark her out. Fugitives should likely be looking for her too, and we must find her before they... That woman yonder fits her description, but something seems to be amiss. Let us investigate. Help me, please. What ails you, madam? I was dealing with a customer when a group of bandits attacked us. I managed to flee, but he's still at their mercy. Well, we know what we have to do. Worry not, we shall help you. Pray lead the way. Thank you. It could be a trick. Be careful. It could only be them. Trust no one. While we're here, I haven't had a good look at the Monstrum Sage weapons, so let's get a look, shall we? Oh, dang, they glow. I might have to keep this one, because look. That's a neat effect. Whenever they release the Endwalker relic quest, I may have to look into doing it for Sage and not just Reaper. Although, granted, the Reaper scythe I might be a bit picky on. I might go with the more angelic looking one, like the crystal one from the level 89 trial, or the Bismarck one, since I seem to be going for more of a Holy Reaper look. More of a ferryman than a bringer of death, or at least that's my general logic. But yeah, glad Sage has some really neat looking weapons. Oh. See my... 1 minute, let me just edit this real quick. Oh, it's going back. Strange. Well, doesn't matter. I hope you don't mind my mouse cursor being there then. I'll try to keep it out of the way. Dude, Apothecary. They're over there. Lost hope, yep. That is indeed them, but is that Master Faljournay? Oh dear. What are you up to, bunny man? It's over, villains. Lay down your arms or else. Or else what? I mean, I could smack you pretty hard with the Sage weapon. Answer me one thing. What is this all for? Why go to such lengths to forsake everything you had to obtain power? Why wield such power against good, well-meaning souls? Good, well-meaning. I had the feeling you know nothing about it. It's nothing. You're just fools who believe everything you've been fed. I'm beginning to regret sparing you. You feel it, the weight of the sacred duty, to strive for betterment of mankind, stand as a beacon of hope. Well, healers used to be pretty stressful, but nowadays it feels like a lot less so. To play with people's lives, do you feel it? The weight of the sin. I don't know, healers don't feel like the arbiters of life and death anymore now that we have warriors that can heal as much as we can. You would speak of sin? You do not when a life might be saved? That is the greatest sin. Every day unfortunate souls die without reason, at fate's very whim. 'Tis the sage's duty to fight this injustice by whatever means he may. You understand this, that's not too late for you. You may yet make something of your lives. I have the feeling this issue is a lot more complicated than it looks. Shut your mouth! Hey, we're just talking about Shaft. These are level 83 and you cap out at 80 tops. If you're determined to protect the wretch, I'll consider you complicit. Complicit in what? You've been extremely vague for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Wait, I know you? A giant ant. That's not horrifying after playing Elden Ring, no sir. Rather too close to the settlement for comfort, I fear for the civilians. They wouldn't stand a chance against such a fiend, as well they would well know. Yo, basta! Oh crap, Ansel's about to go Super Saiyan. No, don't let him provoke you. Oh no! Stay with me. Listen to my voice. Are they is this supposed to be an... Oh, is this supposed to lead into the Endwalker main story? Are they about to... Just lure the beast elsewhere and tend to it? Coda, would you mind? Go, I have the situation here well at hand. Even with how much I nerfed myself, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be nuking this ant into next week. Poor ant. But then again, after what they did to me in Elden Ring, I don't feel very bad. Yeah, this thing has no hope. It has a lot of HP to make it take a while, but remember, I'm in gimped gear, and yet I'm still obliterating it. Alright, let's go ahead and heal Faldrene here. Phew, thank you, my friend, and well fought, I dare say. You're a born sage. Fascinating. But come, we should return to the others. The villains may not be stricken for long. Yeah, I'm gonna need to know exactly what they were stricken with, because this is extremely suspicious. Oh dear, seems they're still under the weather. Will they be alright? Their conditions unchanged. We should probably take advantage of this and apprehend them. But this symptom... Hold on, I'm getting us out of here. We're fine, Lofia. No, you're not, and you know it. It's the enhancement, isn't it? I know something of the procedure, of its potency, and the harm it causes. There's a limit to the amount of corporeal ether a living being can harbor. That's right, that was part of the entire reason the sundering of the worlds happened. As we grow, it waxes, and as we grow old, it wanes. A gradual, gentle process if allowed to function in the natural fashion. But complications may arise when forcibly fortifies that ether, as a rogue healer is rumored to have been doing with live subjects some years ago. Man used an unproven procedure on countless souls, a forbidden procedure, mind you, known only to a select few sages. A sage among sages. Although he succeeded in a few instances, those subjects suffered from debilitating side effects. But those rumors were denounced by the Forum as baseless, and yet... You believe anything they tell you, won't you? Naive fools. What? Hey, I don't think too highly of the Forum. I spent basically the entire Endwalker story genuinely expecting them to screw us over the first moment they got. I expected them to be, you know, before I knew if there would even be a rocket ship, I thought, whether or not there'd be a rocket ship, I thought, man, those guys are going to be flying off the rocket ship, giving us the finger as they leave. And while it wasn't quite that bad, it was still... Alright, can you stand? Wait, please. It's really you, isn't it? Odd and Cell. They have the similar tattoos, so they're probably from the same village. It is, my children. Oh, how you've grown. Oh, thank the 12 you're alive. Oh, so they're siblings. Fortunately, they can teleport with us, and as our buddy decided, it's probably best not to try and force them to come with us, given none of them are in any condition to be fighting, let alone acting. Just plain they're confused. I pity them. Children. I had the perfect chance to apprehend the fugitives to complete my mission, but I couldn't. Honestly, I think we need to learn a lot more about what's going on here. The Forum is obviously hiding something. It seems you know them, the ones called Mahod and Ansel. Of course, they're my adopted children. That explains the tattoos, and they were orphaned at a young age, and I took them in and raised them as my own. Though none of us were related by blood, we became as close as family to many. Ours was a quiet, comfortable life, but then one day Maud fell sick. She had raging fever and grew weak every passing moment. Ether spurn, the illness is called. I've read about that, a rare disease where one's body becomes unable to draw ether from food. There is no known cure, only a palliative cure. Let me look up what that word means. It's a specialized medical care, provide relief from the symptom. Okay, so yeah, it just means it provides relief from the symptoms. They don't get an actual cure of it. Our troubles didn't end there. Even as we were struggling to look after, a fell beast attacked our settlement. Ansel tried to protect his sister and was badly hurt. Churugan said he'd be bedridden the rest of his days. What the? Again, what's with this? On. Streamer mode. There. If it won't do it automatically, I'll do it manually. What is going on with my... I spent all of yesterday, well, not all of yesterday, but a good portion of yesterday trying to get it to work, and I thought I genuinely got it to work, but apparently not. It stopped working a few months ago when I changed the new computer, so that must have been part of it. I looked around for what other additional stuff could be found, but aside from doing it manually, which I'm not even sure if it's going to work anymore. I'm not sure if it's even going to work, but that's all I could do. Let's hope I can do something about it. Without the coin to care for them, my mind went to dark places. I began thinking of how I might spare the pain, spare us all. It was in that state he found me, a kindly traveler. A healer. Yes, he offered to help and refused what little payment I tried to give, but he also said their condition demanded special care and facilities. It would take many, many years. Desperate as I was, I accepted without hesitation, and so he left with my children. It was hard not knowing what became of them. I wonder if I had made the right choice, but I clung to hope one day we could be reunited. And we were. Oh, to finally see them again. I haven't the words for it. All that matters, it matters not that they've changed. The healer, what was his name? Ildevan, he called himself. A healer of some renown and native Charlian, I believe. A truly touching tale. Where there's life, there is hope. Would you not agree? Now then, if I'm no longer needed here, I shall begin to making my rounds. Till next time, my aspiring sage. Yeah, the fact Faldrene decided to immediately take his leave after hearing that particular name means it is way too suspicious. It could be an alias of his, perhaps. I didn't have the chance to speak with them properly, but whatever they've gotten involved with, I hope they'll be okay. Alright. Yeah, it looks like whatever this forbidden procedure is, they didn't do it to gain power, they did it to save some people who were gravely injured. And that means that the bounty on their heads may not necessarily be for clean purposes. I believe the danger is past, but for good measure, I will ask the immortal flames to keep an eye on the area. We're in your debt. Now, if you do not mind telling me, was this your first time meeting Master Faldrene? Oh no, he's a regular of mine, introduced by an acquaintance, and when he comes, he always takes a moment to treat those who are unwell. To have so many kind healers, Charlian must be a wonderful place be a wonderful place indeed. And who is this acquaintance of yours, if I might ask? A merchant in Alaport. Master Faldrene buys alchemical ingredients from him, rare items sourced directly from Thavnair. I see. Out of curiosity, when did Master Faldrene buy from you this time? What did he buy? Oh, a few sprigs of muskmalloy. He was actually the one who told me where to get the herb. Says it's used to treat certain serious illnesses. Well, if you'll excuse me, I must be returning to my stall. I don't know when, but when my children return, I must work hard for them to give us better lives. Alright, as I suspected, he's the true villain in all this. In some way. Let us return to Idleshire for now. Recent events have given me much to ponder. I really do like Idleshire, but I can understand why people generally don't go there unless they're specifically doing quests for Heaven's Ward or just an old quest in general. Like the Heaven's Ward Relic quest line does primarily go through this area. There's not too... While there is repairs and shops, there's not too many here, and a lot of the... I guess it's kind of like Yulmore from Shadowbringers. It was one of the main hubs when the expansion was relevant, but now that it's moved on, it's only really used if you're specifically doing anything in that area. Although I do think Charlian itself is going to remain even once Endwalker becomes old content, because even come the next expansion, the market board, the marketplace, the bell to call your retainers, those are all near the central aetherite where you first teleport into the city, which means it's in the most convenient location possible. Heck, the inn room is very close to the area too, so if you need to change your glamour plates for any reason. I've got a handful of neat outfits I kind of like. I really do like my samurai outfit, but I really don't like the PvE gameplay ever since the change. I'm probably just going to stick to, making a PvP-only job from here on out. This used to be my bard glamour. I guess it could work for dancer and machinist, but it's mostly a pirate, kind of a pirate look, so I don't know. I haven't used it in ages. I believe I got this for my Dragoon. No, this was from... No, this is for a Reaper, potential Reaper outfit. This is still one of my favorite glamour outfits, but I do like the new one I've got for Dark Knight. I never end up using this one, sadly. I'll probably have to reuse the glamour plate. Once again, this is a caster one I was going to use for Summoner, I think. I'll have to mess around with the glamour plates a bit. I still have the healer one after all. Diary of a Sage. Coda, ashamed though I am to admit this, I'm no longer certain of the truth. It wasn't Lofi and his accomplices who sought them, but Master Faldrenet. No, what the fugitives want is Master Faldrenet himself. Clearly they bear a grievance against him. If those despicable rumors are true, and one of ours was actually... But the Forum was adamant in their denial, and they surely would... Well, of course they wouldn't want that to be public. How my mind's going muck. Forgive me, but I need a moment to rein in my thoughts. Poisoned gift. She wishes to review the situation as it stands. Coda, pray forgive me as my earlier bewilderment. If you do not mind, I would review the situation as it stands. We have been laboring under the assumption Lofi and his companions came to Eorzea to further enhance themselves in the pursuit of forbidden power. To that end did they seek the Mesk Malloy, which they seek to use in conjunction with the stolen Soul Crystal, but that wasn't the Mesk Malloy they wanted. No, what they wanted was the man who wanted it, Master Faldrenet. Using the herb as a lead, they went to the Arbitorium in anticipation of their quarry's arrival. Failing to find him there, they went to Lost Hope. Such is my theory. What do you make of all this? Yeah, Lofi and his companions aren't the criminals. I think they're the victims in all this. So you think so too, huh? There's something else, Coda. The rumors I mentioned of a Charlene healer who conducted heinous procedures. After sharing recent developments with Command, they reopened the investigation and have, to a considerable shock and surprise, confirmed that there appears to be some truth after all. The villain went to great lengths to conceal his operation, and thus he managed to elude the authorities for years. The man's identity is yet to be conclusively ascertained, but we have a suspect, a sage who disappeared from Charlene shortly before a fugitive first appeared. A sage by the name of Guldivan. Yes, the same one who took those two into his care, I suspect. If they were victims of his experiments, they would have every reason to follow him to the ends of the world. While much of this is conjecture, it goes far towards explaining that which we know, so let's proceed on the assumption we have the truth from the man at the heart of the recent events, Faldrenet. Now, according to the apothecary, 'twas a merchant in Alport that introduced them. To find this merchant, we must also find him, to Vilbrand. My guess is that it's going to kind of be like the augmentations during the time of Deus Ex Human Revolution. Yeah, it can cause a great enhancement, but it also forces you to become dependent on a drug that keeps you stable. So that's basically why it's such mad science. Not just because it makes you powerful, but also because it makes you dependent, possibly even on more sources of it, which also means the limited source will be drained very quickly. So this is Alport, one of Vilbrand's foremost trading hubs. I should take in the sights, but that must wait. We have work to do. We must try and find this merchant before Faldrenet does. As I recall, the man deals in Thovnarian wares. Let us begin by... Healer, send for a healer. Did someone order a healer? Are you a healer? Good. Some of us badly hurt folk just outside, attacked by looks of it. Could you please tend to them? Alright. Might be whoever did this is still near, so watch yourselves. I'm gonna raise the alarm. I know I was pretty fast to try and clear Lofia and all the others, but given what we've heard and given the other guy's been acting very suspicious this entire time. It's Lofia. Well, I know who I'm healing. What in the world happened? We're too late to help the merchant. Fortunately, even my resurrection spell won't go this far. It can save someone who is dying or KO'd, but not who's already gone. But Lofia, you can still save him. Yet our earlier speculation was that. Speculation. We do not know for certain what he and his companions seek. What we do know, however, is they took a life in Charlie, and they are murderers. Well, we're gonna live by hospital rules here. Bruh. When a person comes in, their uniform comes off, so to speak. I know it's not my place to pass judgment, but they took her from me, my mother. Well, the plot thickens. Ah, he was right, I am a fool. Thought I was strong enough to keep my feelings out of it. It's true, Lovia can't tell us anything if he's dead, and besides, we kinda owe him because he did save us before. Yes, I remember, and I understand the man that took my mother's life was not in his right mind. Forgive my indecision. Please render Lofia your aid. Use diagnosis. Alright, running a diagnosis. Are you alright? Maud and Ansel, where are they? We didn't see them at all. They were not here when we arrived, only this merchant. It was too late for him, but Coda was able to save you. Will you tell us what happened? Who was it that attacked you? Gildevan, who else? The bastard saw the curse of you, and now... So as we suspected, Fulgene is Gildevan after all. Finally, you ready to accept it, are you? He can change his face and name, but there's no changing the monster he is. Still masquerading as a kind-hearted healer, a wolf in sheep's clothing who preys on the vulnerable for his vile experiments. That's what I suspect, I suppose. So you were indeed his test subjects. I'm sorry, had I known... Save your apology, it won't bring those two back. When he confronted Gildevan, they shielded me for his magic. He must have taken them. Well then, our course is clear. I couldn't do anything. For all the power and sacrifice, I couldn't do a damn thing. What are you talking about? You've been frustratingly vague about this entire thing. Look, I was born with a disease of the lungs. As I grew, so too did it worsen, until I had but few moons to live. It was then that Gildevane appeared before us, me and my master. With the wisdom of Charlie, and he could cure me, he said. Having believed for so long I never had a chance. I wasn't sure how to feel, but my master was overjoyed. Seeing that joy, for the first time I wanted to live. For him and for me. But we were fooled. In the guise of treatment, Gildevane subjected me to a dangerous procedure to fortify my ether. And it makes you dependent on it, doesn't it? I wasn't the only one. There were others, so many others. But one after another they disappeared until only a few of us remain. We who survived have been more than cured. We've been given unnatural powers. I was twice as strong as any man. I could channel magics with ease. For all the good it did, I was no match for Gildevane and his tricks. Worse still, I couldn't protect the two siblings. If this life is my reward for all that suffering and sacrifice, I'd be better off dead. Whatever life you have is still a life, and you owe it to the others to make the most of it. Once again, that is a quote from someone earlier in the story. Help me, please. I want to save them, but I can't do it alone. I need help, so please. Don't worry, as a player character, I have a camera following me around that makes sure I always win when it matters most. I should have listened. I should have been willing to question what I was told, and now because I wasn't... Well, obviously we're not too late since Lofia here is still alive. Then again, I guess... Actually, I think thinking about it, this game has actually kept things fairly low stakes, surprisingly. I won't do the Fate, I'll let the White Mage there handle it. Well, Conjurer, since you get the White Mage Stone at level 30, I think. No, you get it. Oh, yeah, no, you get it at level 20. I forgot. How embarrassing for me. It's been so long since I used any of the base classes. I imagine they probably plan to eventually remove the base classes and just have jobs, since they haven't added a single base job since Ninja during Rogue and Ninja, which upgrades to Ninja. But that was during the patch cycle of A Realm Reborn. And even then, they said they originally intended to have it in the game at launch, but it ended up getting delayed for a little while. And so they said, basically, don't expect this to happen too much, because it was a lot to get that. It was mostly done when the game launched, so they just had to finish it off. To add another job mid-patch like that is a lot of work, so I can understand why they'd rather dedicate it to certain ones at the start of each expansion rather than add them periodically during patches. But yeah, the stakes in this game have actually been a bit moderately low, despite the whole Chosen One sort of storyline. Realm Reborn, the whole thing was just stopping an invasion from Garlemald, the Empire of Garlemald. Heaven's Ward was a bit more of a, so yeah, worst case scenario in Realm Reborn, they take over Eorzea. Sucks, but they've already did it with Alamigo and Doma after all. And we were able to get them back later. Heaven's Ward was a kind of a bit more of a gray storyline, but I guess worst case scenario you'd say is the dragons succeed and defeat and destroy Ishgard. Which does suck, but it's just a city-state, and the dragons would have just gone back to their slumber or whatever. Although Nidhogg might have needed to be dealt with sooner or later, because he was not letting go of his anger no matter how much time passed. Hard to say, but well, for the purposes of keeping it simple, we'll just say Ishgard would be destroyed. For Stormblood, we were actually on the offensive for that one, rescuing Doma and Alamigo from Garlean occupation, so if we failed, it'd simply go back to the status quo. And Shadowbringers, again, we went to the first, a world that was, for all intents and purposes, it had already ended. So again, our goal there was to undo that, try and save it. And if we failed, it would simply remain the status quo, a world that has functionally ended. I guess Endwalker is kind of the first time where if the player characters fail, there is no going back. There's no trying again. Because as I pointed out in one of the earlier VODs, by the time we were invading Garlemald, it was pretty clear the Empire was falling apart. I mean, heck, some nations even escaped Garlemian control without the player characters getting involved. And after Xenos defeated his father and took over, it's pretty clear there was no coming back, because well, the Emperor was the only thing keeping the Empire together and stable at that point. And I'm sure he could as long as he lived, because he was strong and charismatic and good at leadership, but that still means once he dies, because he himself admitted he would not name Xenos as a successor, or he knew what kind of person Xenos was, and they are not someone who could lead a country, so yeah. So basically, for any expansion, if the player characters failed, there's theoretically a time when you could try it again. But for Endwalker, if you fail, there's no going back. The final boss would destroy the world, and there's no recovering from that. Interesting, really, but I do appreciate that. They've been vague on what the next expansion is going to be, but it was hinted that it's going to be kind of like Heaven's Ward, and that it's going to be more of a clash of ideals rather than a strict good versus evil. which I do look forward to, and that would be nice. Sometimes lower stakes are nice. If Gildavane went to the trouble of taking the two, it can only mean one thing. He means experiment on them again. We can't let that happen. We have to find and save him. Wait, even if we manage to ascertain their whereabouts, the fact remains that 3 of you couldn't overpower him. We cannot expect to fare much better. In likelihood, he himself is also enhanced. Ah, right. Yeah. Something tells me this is going to end with me constantly jabbing at his chest with my, sage pendulums. I'm just asking why he won't die. We can't expect to fare much better. If we wish to confront him, we need a foolproof plan. Don't you agree, Coda? Very well. For now, I ask you to return to Isleshire. I'll join you after briefing the Yellow Jackets on the situation. Really? That's all? Well, I guess that... Oops. Oh, dang, I still need to do my, I still need to finish that relic quest. This is actually a quest for the, Heavensward Dark Knight relic. But I guess it's not a pressing issue or anything. No longer calling our respective engineers. I believe that person was calling for all prospective engineers while Isleshire was being built. Because Isleshire was originally ruins, and the Aetheryte was even just floating in a puddle, in a damp puddle there. Damp puddle. Dang. But yeah. Fantastic Mr. Foe. Foe. I thought that's pronounced Foe, not Fox. Whatever. But yes, but over the patch cycle for Heavensward, they slowly built this little town up into what it is now. Which is also why it was really neat seeing it so busy with players when it was relevant, but... You can only do so many different things, so many things, I suppose. Tidings from Command, Coda. They have confirmed that Gildavane used Muskmalloy in his procedure. Despite his attempts to destroy all evidence, traces of the herb were found in his laboratory. Furthermore, no record exists of a healer named Falgenet. If ever there was any doubt it was a false identity, there is none now. In hindsight, we should have tried to explain everything to you, but we didn't know who to trust. Even if you had attempted to convince me, I doubt I would have listened. I saw what I had wanted to see. I believed what I needed to believe. Even with mounting evidence, I wavered over whether we should save you. My mother would have been ashamed to see what I'd become. I took off the shield because I wanted to protect all life, just as she did in her dying breath. Your mother was a warrior like you. Paladin, actually. She was a healer. The soul crystal you took, it was hers. Then, that woman that day... Gildavane had already fled Charlene. We were attempting to escape, one of our comrades collapsed. Someone chanced to see it. Another sage at the Physis Technon. Suspicious though we may have looked, she rushed to our aid, but our companion flew into a frenzy and we couldn't stop him. I tried to save her, the gods know I did, but with the last of her strength, she passed it to my hand. Forgive me. There's not to forgive. She did what she has always done and what she believed was right. If she had any regrets, it would doubtless be that she couldn't help you sooner. As for the crystal, she clearly wished for you to have it. She must have seen something in you in that moment. It is my hope you carry on her legacy and fight for the future of all lives. Future of all lives. I shall dedicate my efforts to locating Gildavane. Until I do, please continue practicing your skills and be better honed for when we fight him. The fighting future. Is this what drives you, too? The pledge of hope. Allah is eager to share tidings from command you. Ah, Coda, you'll be pleased to hear that in response to my latest report, my superiors have decided to spare no resources in the hint for Gildavane. With remarkable change of policy, given how they once considered rumors to only warrant cursory investigation before being dismissed. But in any event, with their assistance, 'tis only a matter of time before we found our man. Yeah, I think they're fine revealing it to us because it's not public, so they don't have to admit to have been a public safety issue now. Since we're specifically hunting him down, they have no problem letting us take care of him so they can sweep this all under the rug afterward. And yes, I'm not giving them very much credit, but... I mean, if you watched my playthrough of the Endwalker storyline, can you really blame me? Just show me a matter of time before we find our man. While we await developments, I await continuing your skills. I can't stand idle. I'll join you if you're not averse. No, not at all. We would welcome it. In fact, Koda can go no further with my limited knowledge. He would benefit from your guidance, and I dare say you stand to gain from the experience as well. As to how you might train, I suggest lending a hand to the locals. The Dravanian hinterlands are home to many treasure hunters. There's a dangerous line of work, and they often find themselves in trouble. If you speak with the representative Midnight Dew, she should be able to direct you to her fellows who may require assistance. You're familiar with Midnight Dew, yes? Lead the way. Go lead the way. As I mentioned before, I've studied Salmonautics. I've never heard of... While I've studied Salmonautics, I've never had a talent for spellcraft. In contrast, Lofia is capable of wielding sage magics freely. Though the potency of his abilities may be attributed to his enhancement, his finesse suggests some natural affinity for the art. Soon is kind of a situational skill. It's nice that all healers get it. At least. But yeah, it's usually only used in specific circumstances. I mean, even for the Tower of Zot runs, if I had Panheima with me, I probably could have ignored the dots entirely and just shielded everyone repeatedly. He's with you, I take it. Something I can help you with? Yes, actually, we're seeking... Oh, you want to help us? Well, it's true enough. Wanting to make a quick coin, there's some of us bite off more than they could chew. As a matter of fact, a few hunters have yet to return. I have a mind to go look for them. Reckon you could take care of it in my stead? Much obliged. Some especially nasty fiends have been out and about of late, and I'm hoping our friends haven't run afoul of them. Friends, I say, we're more like family, and family looks after family. Aye, they do. Watch yourselves out there. Thanks again. Well, there is something nice about, to think that by subjecting me to the procedure, Gildevane gave me the ability to wield sage magic, the power to heal and to harm. I'll repay this gift by doing just that. With his death, his victims will finally be able to move on. But those are thoughts for another day. Let's be off and see if we can't find those hunters, and any fiends that may be stalking them. Yeah, the nice thing about, Idleshire here is that you can actually mount in the city. In fact, I believe this is the only city you're allowed to mount up in, which is really, really nice. Well, I actually think you might in Ralgar's Reach, I forget. I was just there last time I streamed there. These creatures are unnaturally strong. Is this Gildevane's handiwork? Yeah, the monsters in here are not supposed to be anywhere this strong. They're supposed to be Heaven's Ward tier, after all, where the level cap was 60. But this is 78. That's Shadowbringer leveled range. These creatures are unnaturally strong. The treasure hunter's badly hurt. Please use diagnosis. Thank you. I thought I'd be able to handle the fiends. Oh, how wrong I was. Owe you my life, and you can be sure I'll sing your praises to all who will listen. Fare thee well. I'm glad we could help spare family sorrow. Come, let's continue. Yeah, looks like Gildevan is doing this for the science, I imagine. He almost reminds me of Cold Cotter from Advance Wars Days of Ruin. Don't last much longer. Take out the fiends. Yeah, these guys aren't even damaging me because my gear is that strong. Terrible wound, no time for training. This is no time for training, I'll take care of it. Are you alright? I'm alive? How? Oh, was it you? Yes, well, you were in a bad way. Thank you so much. My wife, she's with child, our firstborn. I wanted to earn as much coin as I could, but in my haste I got reckless, took on jobs beyond me, but thanks to you I still have my life and my family will still have me. No more stupid risks, I won't squander the future you've given us. My thanks again, 12 bless you. He's got a lot to live for, doesn't he? You know, I used to dream about a future I knew I'd never see, about overcoming my illness, protecting the forest as a wood warder, as is the duty of Vera men. I wanted to repay my people for not giving up on me, my tribe and my master. You can do as a sage. I allowed myself to hope when I went with Gildevane, until the dream died once and for all in his laboratory, alongside those who were sacrificed in pursuit of his twisted ambition. For the betterment of mankind, that depraved fiend took everything from me. Since then, I've been bent upon revenge. Save that, there was no purpose for my sage's power. Since meeting you and Lala, I feel as though I'm beginning to understand why the soul crystal was given to me. Hope that all might live to know better tomorrow. There's a warmth and comfort in that, and a purpose. I won't fall again, not when my friends and my family need me. Come what may, I will protect them. For that purpose and no other, I use my power. I swear this upon the crystal. Soon we must confront Gildevane. If we are to triumph, we must trust each other. Our lives. Yes, and I'll protect you too. I can count on you, of course, and I can protect you as well. I'm counting on you, so see if you can keep up. I believe that's enough training for one day. Let's head back to Idleshire. Hopefully Lala's allies have made progress. As much as I want to call this little quest filler, it's very clearly to get us more attached to Lofia there, since we haven't really had much time directly interacting with him on a more personal basis. Painfully Ishgardian man. Please let them be alive. Ah, you're back. Good. I have news regarding the hunt for Gildevane. First of all, we've located the villain. With the aid of a fellow operative, we measured unusual etheric activity in a cave in the Dravanian Forelands. This is where he has made his base and where he holds the twins. Well, no, they're not twins, they're only adopted siblings. Mahad and Ansel. The two are alive. More than that, we could not ascertain. So why don't we go and smack him right now? Hold on, my friends, we're coming to save you. We've also learned more about Gildevane himself from an acquaintance in his yesteryear. According to said acquaintance, after graduating from the studium, Gildevane completed further studies in various fields. Semiotics, most notably. For skill and knowledge, he was made a professor of the faculty, and it was there he met his wife, a fellow researcher and talented sage in her own right. But one day, she fell gravely ill. Healers of various persuasions attempted to treat her, but her condition deteriorated rapidly, and she passed away not a week later. Gildevane was not the same man after that. Whatever tragedy known, I can muster no sympathy for him, nor would you if you'd seen the madness, or heard the malice in his voice. I think the point of this is that the cycle of despair is never-ending, basically. Not that I'm saying we should forgive and forget or anything like that. Obviously, we do need to stop him at any cost because he's causing far more despair than anything else. But yeah, the cycle of despair needs to be halted here and now. Mark my words, if it wasn't for his wife that he mourned, but the loss of a valuable resource. That is all people are to him. So it seems, and whatever reason he may have had, he cannot be permitted to continue his depraved experiments. That being said, we cannot storm his cave just yet. His knowledge of semiotics makes him a dangerous opponent, and we must be amply prepared. To that end, I've been working on a countermeasure, but it will take a little longer to complete. Meanwhile, I must ask for your patience and your faith. As much as I wish to save the two, it would be meaningless if we lost anyone in the process. So please, believe in me. I don't like having to wait, but... Alright, I'll wait. When all's ready, we'll go and rescue them. Well, if he's up for it, I'm up for it. Still going to use the weaker weapon. If there's the skill I want. Soon we'll rescue Mahad and settle the score with Gildavane. My apologies for the wait. The countermeasure's ready, and it's quite delicate, however. I will hold on to it until the moment of reckoning. Good. Let us make for his lair at once. Has there been further word on the two siblings? My fellow operative reports your friends are still alive, and together we'll ensure they remain so. Thank you, thank you. Though to me they're more than just friends, they are family. Our destination lies northeast of the Dravanian Forelands, where the Somme high foothills meet the Hundred Throws. The cave entrance is west of the springs. Understood. I'll go ahead and scout the area. Do 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 do. Dude. I find the goblins in this game kind of adorable. Kind of an... I'm not sure how to describe it. I guess kind of an ugly cute, like pug dogs. Yeah, something like that. Let's see here. Oops. Let's see here. Dravanian Forelands. That's the Nath HQ. The bug people, that is. Ah, I know precisely where that is. Come flying cumulus! Been a while since I've been here. I'm glad they're making use of the older areas for these quests. I remember when Heavensward and Stormblood hit, basically every job quest took place in that expansion's areas. Now granted, I think there was some exception, like, if I remember right, the Scholar quest line only had you gather one item from one of the lower level areas, and otherwise was mostly in existing previous areas, but... Yeah, it feels a lot nicer when when it makes use of all of the existing game world. Ah, looks like we got ourselves a new duty. This is it, Coda. Gildavane's lair. Remember, our chief concern is Maud and Ansel's safety. For the countermeasure, 'tis a set of garments imbued with special enchantment to shield you from his influence. Should the worst come to worst, we'll keep you safe and our hopes alive. As mentioned, they are delicate, but it will guarantee they'll last you this one battle. When you're ready to sally forth, I'll charge you with them. During battle, some of your gear will be glamored, your tributes will be affected. So are you ready, Coda? My gear's gonna be synced. Makes sense. Although, no, 525 is still way too high, honestly. This is gonna be easy. Ah, I've been glamored with the Sate Purge outfit proper. Wait, that's covering my eyes? Huh. Maud, Ansel! Something's up. What have you done to them, you bastard? Why such anger, when you should feel joy for your friends of the opportunity to contribute to mankind's future? For the frailty of our flesh, so much knowledge and skill and experience are forever lost. An unconscionable and unacceptable waste. Oh no, I don't like where this is going. A lasting solution to the problem will not come without additional sacrifice. 'Tis unavoidable, but you, my friend, you are an invaluable living specimen. I give thanks for an opportunity to study you further. You monster, how many lives have been lost and torn apart for your twisted whims? You play the part of the indignant moralist well, pity. As a fairy low Charlie, and I'd hoped that you, at least, would come to appreciate my vision. Alas, you are as short-sighted as the rest. But no matter, you can yet serve a purpose as benchmark for my progress. Oh yes, all the elements are present for a test of strength. Maud Ansel, kill these self-righteous fools. Ah! Follow my friends, we'll save you. It should be possible to break Gildavain's control. We just need to find an opening. As for you, I would thank you to never call me a fellow Charlian. It sickens me to think you're a compatriot. My, the animosity is fairly palpable. I'd best make myself scarce. Obviously, defeating them will probably be a game over, so we must protect everyone we can. Here we are. All item stats are adjusted. Let us begin with you, Ansel. Damn it, they're not in their right eyes. Wait, his last name is Bright Eye? Man, I really love this song. Then we shall have no choice but subdue them. This song is called Breaking Boundaries. Oh my, it may be level syncing me, but it's allowing me to use, no, it's dropping down to Phlegma and Diosis 2, so I don't get 3. Chi Blast. Nice try, buddy. Wake up, Ansel, please. To attack with such reckless ambition, abandon, their bodies and minds must be on the verge of breaking. That'll do, Maud. Your turn. Demi-fire. Lightning gatherers, we must head it off. Four elements. I do not like this. What is this? Sage's Wisdom. Shield from the effects of craniotomy. Steady, Maud. Steady. Yeah, my gear is so good. I have no chance. I have no risk of dying in this mission. Oh no, he's explicitly using... Yeah, he's using Diosis 3, not 2 like I am. So this is your limit. Yet another disappointment. Perhaps you can take one of these meddlers with you to your grave. Stay with me, friends. We'll free you yet. Oopsie. One down. Dang, Lofia definitely isn't something to mod and sell. Yeah, he's explicitly using the higher tier stuff that I didn't get until 83, so yeah, he's way stronger than I expected. Forgive me, I didn't want to hurt you. Twould seem you possess a heightened affinity for the sage's art. Ha ha ha! Thought I should be blessed with such fine specimens for my research. We must see what else you can do. Yes, we must. Oh no, you don't. Watch out! What? That's a big shield. Come on, you have a promise to keep. I won't fall, not again. Through all the suffering and sacrifice, I'm here. I'm still alive. I'm still here, I'm still alive. As long as I live, I refuse to let anyone else die on me. What say you, Mahat and Cell? As if you needed to ask. Where you go, we follow. You know this. I believe in you too, Lofia. And you and Kota both. Gildavane, you want to see what we could do, right? Then come and find out. Ha ha ha! Marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. Do not hold back, my dear subjects, for neither shall I. For the betterment of mankind, let us transcend the limits of our flesh together. Oh my. Dang, that's a super serum. Hands frail flesh is its greatest flaw. If we are to evolve, we must break free of its confines. You'll pay for all the lives you've destroyed. Charlian will suffer your villainy no more. Oh dear. There we are. This proving ground is prepared specially for you. I trust you won't mind if I harvest a sample or two. Come, let us test the edge of my scalpel. I'm quite experienced in the art of amputation. You will not feel a thing. truly are fascinating specimens. Oh, the things I will learn from your cadavers. Guild of Honor Battalions. People are not your playthings, you fiend. Your disgust. Amputation. I have the feeling this should be active right now. We won't let you get away this time. Hyperthermia. Here we are. Here we are. It's been a tremendous pleasure, my dear subjects, but all good things must come to an end. Crane, no to me. Oh god, it's not this spell. I'm immune to it thanks to my effect. Damn, he's taking control of their minds again. Oh no, it seems our two sages have protection. Intrinsic and extrinsic respectively. Curiouser and Curiouser. Not a good. At this rate, their minds will be irreparably damaged. This magic is derived from Summonotics. If we destroy the Nolus, we can break the hold. I'm not worried about a tank's damage, so let's clear the DPS first. Yes, we did it. Are you alright, my friends? I think so, thank you. Your successor is proving himself quite the nuisance, Haita, but unique as he is most definitely worth the trouble, Hadia. Cryonics, here we go. Ah ha 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 ha! Laugh all you can, you won't be doing much longer. Yeah, I figured that was what he's doing when he said left-right scalpel. Let's make sure our heal partner doesn't die. Oh, I'm a bit too close to the edge there. Hyperthermia. Spread out, spread out, spread out. Yeah, the mitigation field has an AO, has a damage mitigation effect, so we should be in good shape here. Right, left, scalpel, okay. reputation. We got him. He's got nothing left. Duty complete. Looks like we got him. What are we waiting for? Let's kill and be done with it. No, Ansel, it should be Lofia's decision. This power I have, born of untold sacrifice. A sword used only to protect life, not take it. Gildevane will face justice back in his homeland, where he committed his most heinous of crimes. I'm sorry, my friends. Allah, this crystal was your mother's, it rightfully belongs to you. It's already where it belongs. Through your deeds, bring honor to my mother's memory. I'll strive to do the same with my trusty sword and shield. With your blessing, I hereby take Gildevane into custody. He will be transported back to Charlene, where he will be tried by the Forum. While I will tend to the necessary arrangements, you shall return to Idleshire and have a rest. I will join you anon. This mercy is more than you deserve, but you will answer for your crimes. Every last one. When I set out from Charlene, I wanted to reclaim my mother's soul crystal. Wanted it as a memento to remember her by, but I've come to realize there's no better way to remember her than the legacy of her deeds in life. She was the greatest and noblest of women, one who never flinched in the face of danger when someone was in need of succor. I will endeavor to honor her legacy by rising to the defense in those of needed protection. This includes Luffy and his friends, so in case you worry for them, do not. You should return to Idleshire as well. Gods know you deserve a rest as well. Marvelous, absolutely marvelous. Do you not agree, Haria dearest? Please go back to Idleshire. We have a chance to see our mother again, and we owe it to you. For our revenge, we were prepared to die, but now we have a reason to live. You certainly took your time. Let me guess, you were talking with your superiors and made arrangements to send us back to Charlene as well? Not even close, actually. We had a long and difficult conversation, I must confess. Though they were pleased Gildevane would be returned to Charlene, alive no less, they were deeply disappointed that the fugitive escaped, and that despite my best efforts, I could not pick up on their trail again. Though I don't exactly mistrust the Forum, I do have reason to believe they knew more about Gildevane's activities than they let on. Perhaps they were hoping a resolution that wouldn't see the sordid details of his experiments brought to light. But now that it's all going to be out in the open, and your innocence has been made plain, my superiors will no longer think to pursue you. You're free to begin anew, which is the very least you deserve after all you've suffered. Well now, you're surprisingly reasonable for a mole-headed Charlian. I beg your pardon, a simple thank you would have sufficed. I never asked for these powers, but fate has decreed that I have them, and I will use them as they were intended, to fight for the future of all lives. I'll also seek a cure for the procedure's side effects, and when I succeed, my friends will finally be able to return home, safe in the knowledge they won't lose control again. We can't thank you enough for coming to our aid. Aye, if it weren't for you, we would have been dead or worse. We'd all but given up on ourselves and lived only for revenge, but you've given us a second chance, and we will not waste it. We'll aid Lofi in his research, of course, and it'll be as much for his sake as ours. For all his bravado, we can't stand to be alone. What? Aye, we thought the Veermen prefer solitude, but not our Lofia. Deep down, he's a lonely little boy. Family indeed. As a little girl, I regarded the sages of Eld with awe. In the tales, all were stern, nay, mythical features, untouchable in their virtues and ideals. But the more I think on it, the more I'm convinced these legends cannot have been so unlike us. No, they were ordinary folk who bore great love for friends and family, and that love extends to all life. Now more than ever, I see this love in my dear departed mother, and though I still have much more to learn, ever will I endeavor to do her proud. That's a bit of a tongue twister there. Ever will I endeavor. Thank you, Coda. I couldn't have learned these lessons or accomplished my mission without you. As our work is done, our time together is over, but I shall linger in Eorzea a little while, and hope to see more of you and hear your tales. Oh, hello, Fox. Ah, excellent. Welcome back to the stream. It's been a while. Hope you've been well. The ardent desire to protect has shown the way brought new possibilities to light. When her friends drank Kyoko's coffee and Digimon Cyber Sleuth. Oh dear. Oh, it is you, Coda. I recently had the pleasure of meeting my alumna Alice, who told me all about your exploits. Suffice to say, I was shocked to learn that I had such a storied hero assisting me in my maiden mission. How fare you of late? All is well, thanks to you. Live streams too? Oh, that's neat to hear. Also, on that note, I heard Digimon Survive finally has a release date. Apparently, it had basically been Half-Life 3 for a long time, but the general premise and gameplay sounds a lot like Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor, and that sounds right up my alley. So even whether I stream it or not, I'm not sure if I'll stream it, but I definitely will be playing it once it comes out. Well, assuming it comes to PC. Yep, July 29th. All is well thanks to you and your invaluable aid. Gildevane has been sent back to Charlene, where he will be tried by the Forum. I have no doubt that he will get his just desserts. Whoops. Meanwhile, I will stay in Eorzea for a time to broaden my horizons, with a view to eventually train as a healer like my mother. And when I set on that path, I shall have to ask you for advice on spellcraft. As for Lofia and his fellows, they still seek a cure for the procedure's side effects. You might run into them at the hard place. When not hard at work, they sometimes take a moment there to relax and unwind. Lofia is down after a few tankards, while Mahad tosses them back as if they were water. Ansel tends to lose a little too much inhibition and occasionally has to be restrained by the proprietor. In other words, they're like any other group of young folk, and it warms my heart to see this. What are your thoughts on the diary there? By asking, I assume you've also read the diary to the end. I have dispelled the obfuscation enchantment's entirety, and there are no further entries. Judging by the contents, it belongs to Gildevane's wife. Where the handwriting changes, it appears he took over. I, of course, have other thoughts on the matter, but I'm not yet sure how to put them in words. For now, however, I will say this. I'm glad it was you who inherited Hadia's legacy. Quite glad. Young and Diary of a Sage. Never heard of Shin Megami Tensei before. For Devil Survivor, the ones I specifically referred to, that is a turn-based strategy game where you take different actions to try and gather supplies to survive each day. And basically, long story short, each game takes place over the course of a week, and you're locked within a small area, and so you have to spend each day trying to find supplies to survive until the end. I prefer the first one to the second one, but the second one has some nice stuff to it too. But yeah, Digimon Survive mentioned that it had some strategy elements, and you'd have to make choices to determine who survives and who doesn't, so that does sound like an interesting, definitely an interesting one for me. Our young child's brought in, so very young age we suffering, but if anyone could save her, 'tis we sages, and save her we will. Though it took many days and repeated treatments, we managed to stabilize our most recent patient. We adapted the Eucrasia spell as my clever husband proposed, and it worked wonders. His brilliance truly belies his youth. Despite being 50 years my junior, he has already achieved so much. Oh yeah, that's right, the elves in this game do live about as long as you'd expect them to, so an age gap of 50 years among the adults is not actually that much. Alright, the child has taken a turn for the worse. Her corporal ether wanes at an alarming rate. She cannot keep food down, having vomited all she's given. Though we are able to keep her with us, it's not but a stopgap. I reviewed past cases and all existing literature, but found no effective treatment. Yeah, there must be something we could do, something that no one's yet to try. Muskmalloy may be the answer. We Vera have used this medicinal herb since ancient times. Though potentially poisonous, through refinement, we should be able to suppress the adverse effects. The Muskmalloy has arrived. As expected, it's highly effective in strengthening one's ether, but so too does its poison. We must find a way to separate its beneficial constituents, or else it cannot be administered for any extended period. We administered a diluted extract after the patient fell unconscious. Though she awakened a few hours later, she was extremely agitated, and it took several people to subdue her. We can no longer dismiss the inherent risks in the treatment. We must submit a report to the studium on the dangers of this herb, ere someone else repeats our mistake. Okay, so that's why it was outlawed. The pain has returned and much worse than before. This disease eats away at me, and I fear I do not have much time left. There's so much to do, so very much. To my shame, I collapsed while treating the child. I do not recall ever seeing my husband so distressed. Touched though I am, I'd rather he didn't fuss over me. He knows my prognosis. As sages, it's our duty to fight for the future of all lives. Soon I'll no longer be able to fight this, but I hope someone will carry on my stead. To that end, I, Hadia, will pour myself into the soul crystal. Ooh, I see. Hadia is the soul crystal that we were given at the start of the sage storyline. Interesting. My love, in the case this is my last chance, I want you to know I'm glad I met you. You made me the happiest woman. Should I be reborn? The rest of the page is torn away. And this is written by the main antagonist himself. Gone, gone, to dust and dirt. A future cut short for no reason, then her body failed her. But the child lives. She may still serve a purpose. I've acquired a subject with tolerance for a muskmalloy, a Vera who has taken an herb from childhood. Could I finally put the cavalcade of failures behind me and succeed, this will be a great step for all mankind. The Jinjal woman continues to sniff around. Oh, that's, yeah, that's our paladin buddy here. To curious by half, I shall have to find a more private place to continue my work, and if she persists well, it'll be on her own head. Who shall I meet today but an adventurer who has your soul crystal? I would be lying if I were to say I wasn't disappointed you chose a vagabond over me, but no matter, I will continue my work. And I pray, my love, that one day you'll forgive the man I become. Yeah, long story short, Hadia was a sage who contracted an incurable disease, and after she passed away from it, her husband went mad and began running very unethical experiments in an attempt to discover mad science that could supposedly help others. I don't regret us having to fight him in the end, since he absolutely lost it by the end, but at the same time, I guess this just shows the cycle of despair continues. After all, her death caused him to lose his mind, and his unethical experiments caused everyone else in the storyline to gravely hate him, and that's what caused the whole disaster that led to Lala's mother being killed, and thus her meeting us, giving us the soul crystal at the start. At least now, hopefully, the cycle of despair has ended. Right. I guess it's... Alright, now that we're done with the story, I'm gonna do a few more runs of the dungeon to help train as my sage here. Tower of Babil. And then I'll call the stream a little later, but we just got the Sage's level 80 skill, so I definitely want to get at least one dungeon where I get to use it. As long as I keep my shields up on him, I should be able to keep the tank from taking too much damage. Dark Knight. Oops. Tank's got my back. Alright, we're just gonna have to spam AoEs to clear this group. Alright. Just gotta keep the shields up on the tank, and we'll be getting through here just fine, especially now that I actually do have Panheima. I don't know how I missed that I didn't have that skill for the start of the stream. That was embarrassing. Shields. Dark Knight's can't die skill where they can't die for a few seconds is a... It used to be pretty rough on healers, but it recently got buffed, so it's a lot less painful at the very least. Basically, it makes it so that if you hit 1 HP, your HP will not drop, but you need to be healed a certain amount before the timer goes out, or else you die. It was recently buffed, so the Dark Knight now significantly buffs themselves. Because significantly heals themselves for based on damage dealt while it's active, so I don't have to just worry about keeping my heals active. Although obviously I still want to keep it up, keep them all where I can. That's going to push me away. Oh, right. Oh, yeah, it's opposite. What am I thinking? Clearly I can't plus and minus today. Magnets, how do they work? Yeah, that's gonna suck me in, so... Well, that was embarrassing on my part. And I do have a few emergency heals. Alright, this one time it's gonna push me away. Oh dear. Well, that's fine. If a DPS is in danger, I can save them. Oops. That's for the tank. Healing. Perfect. The obligatory elevator level. Hope anyone watching has played the Ninja Turtles arcade game. Battle Litany. Oops. No, that's fine. I should be getting back another... The cooldown should finish by the time I really need it. I need to be very careful to avoid fat fingering my heals. There we are. Alright, the DPS have that one under control, so I'll let them finish that off while I focus this guy. There we are. I think that was the last set, but just to be safe, shield him. Healing. Well, at least I don't have to worry about too many damage buffs, or at least not ones from myself. Although, as you can see, Inumi has the ultimate Sage skill, and it's actually a high damage skill. Well, I did prefer Astrologian, Astro as my preferred healer before. That's a tank. Ah, Dr. Legay. Well, I did prefer before. All the changes to it make me a bit uncertain about sticking with it. Sage is a lot more fun though, especially since it has a bit more direct combat, unlike Astro, which focuses more on its card game than damage. Once again, what is going on? I've had so many issues with Discord lately, I can't explain it. Oh, I forgot. Right, I forgot the salad. Oops. Even the mightiest warriors can't fight without air. Magitech explosive. Oh crap. Lord Zenos put me in charge for a reason. All out here. Minimum. Oh yikes, the Dragoon just ate a big hit. Sheesh, lots of mage gear. And of course this is after I already finished raising my red mage. Eucrasian diagnosis. Where? Ah, there's the boss. But first, we have to go across these winding corridors. We'll need aiming gear. That was a pretty big pull, but we got it. Here we go. Anima. Do, 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 do. Alright, where to go? Here. There we are. Can't let those chains pull me into the void. Horrific roar tears the fabric of reality. We've been pulled into Anima's dimension. Walls of lamentation call forth chaotic energies. I definitely want to be between these claws, don't I? Oh crap. Sprint. Because this is an attack that chases me. Both me and the tank messed that up. Oh well. Mistakes happen. Altered reality plunges into chaos. Tactician. Damage is reduced. Oh nice. Me and the machinist both activated defense buff for everyone. Luckily we didn't let that meter fill up very much, or that could have really hurt. Lunar nail. Alright, which of these has no outward? This one, I think. Got it. There we are. Level 84 obtained. Coat of healing. Hero magic wings. Sounds important for a sage. Prepare, please. gonna go again. Tower of Zot. Actually, I'm gonna go with an RNG here. Let's go with the... I haven't done the leveling roulette today, have I? No, but of course the tank is in need. But when I was raising my tank, the Gunbreaker, a while ago, it was in need of healer. Alright, let's see what dungeon I get. And this will end the stream. Ooh, this is from the Stormblood dungeon. Sucks not having a bunch of my attacks. Oh dang, this is so early. It's just Phlegma, Diosis. I don't even have Toxicon. I don't have Toxicon, so I don't have the thing for... The purples here that we're normally here generally go off specifically whenever one of my shields is broken by an enemy. Oops. That's on me. As long as shields continue to be active, we should be in good shape. What am I doing? I should be doing more DPS here, just so that it go... Sometimes the best healing is obliterating the one that's causing the damage, right? That's right, I have healed and protected you by destroying the one that was attacking you in the first place. Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't even... There was no point trying to Insuna that. It goes away too quickly. Its defenses are down. Unfortunately, I don't have any of my hardest hitting attacks available right now. That's odd, it stopped targeting that thing. Very Lala Eater. Well, Lalafell are joke to be potatoes. There we go. Oh nice, that person at level 65, so they're ready for the next Stormblood dungeon. The Ruby Princess. Old. It almost looks like a mask, honestly. Seduce. The Abyss Volcano. Oops. Aureolus Kick. Now I want to gold. See what I mean? The best way to heal damage is to kill the one performing it. again, tank gear. Once again, mage gear. And we don't even have any mages. This is a neat little set piece where we swim for a little bit, but... I guess it feels like... aiming, well, at least the dancer can make good use of that. Bald Kraken. Ruby Tide Rapier. Good for the red mage once again. Here comes the boss. Insolence. Such insolence. Here, tolerated, you shall take a knee in my sanctuary. Thick fog. Yeah, these things pop too quickly to, feels like paladins are the easiest to tank to heal for, but I don't know, maybe it just feels that way. Like I said, supposedly good, the really good ones, well I think, well no, the warriors really get their amazing tanking abilities at level 90, so the ones in the Tower of the Zot won't be quite as powerful. the eye, you have to look away. There we are. That's for monk gear, that's for, once again, caster gear. And I guess this is here if you want to mess around with being old again, for any reason. Suishi of the Violet Tides. Let's do a quick trial, just for fun. This isn't going to give me too much experience, but it'll be nice. Dang, at least the perk of a healer is really fast Q times. Oh boy, Titan hard. Well, if he's gonna go with that tank, I'll go with this tank. Landslides are such a pain. Way to the land. I'm so lucky Way to the Land doesn't add vulnerability stacks. This is such an early fight that they didn't really get down what they wanted to do in fights yet. Oh no 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 no. Okay, phew, that was close. Alright, when someone's put in the jail, oh crap, I gotta get out of here. That could have been bad. Losing one of the healers is almost practically unacceptable. Yeah, 2 sages, while functional, their shields don't stack, so unfortunately the best thing about them is a bit limited. Alright, this was the last set, so we have to jump to the others. There we are. Ah, not too many people falling off this time, actually. That's impressive. What was that tank doing? Do-do-do-do-do. Might as well leave the commendation to my healing buddy. Well, I think that'll be a good time to leave it for tonight. This is a nice way to wind down after the rough fight against Millennia. I'll probably have to grind in that game to either get more levels or get more resources to face her with. But we can worry about that later. For now, thank you for watching, hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later.